Today we are going to study agricultural marketing. So let's begin. Marketable surplus. What is marketable surplus? Surplus, you know what is in excess. When farmer has a crop ready with him, then he keeps some part of it to himself for to use that crop throughout the year, and extra crop he is going to sell in the market. So that is called surplus. So surplus crop production which farmer has uh, is referred here as a marketable surplus. The concept of marketable surplus is very important for the development of the markets. Marketable surplus is different for different commodities. Marketable surplus is surplus that is available for sale after meeting first family needs, second seed requirement, third kind wages, and which is given to the labor, then fourth gift to relatives and friends, and after that what is remaining is sold in the market. It's called marketable surplus. So this has to be understood in order to understand what will be the size of rural economy. In case of food grains, surpluses are generally low. So in case of food grains, we have to remember that surplus is always remain low compared to fruits and other cash crops. The way vary from zero with small marginal farmers to 70 to 80% with large farmers and those with the surplus area. So a farmer is a large, then he will have more surplus, and farmer is a small, he has a less farm with him, he will have less surplus. And there are some farmers which has zero surplus, so they only earn, they only get the crop which is sufficient for them and their family and their friends. Extra they don't have, and they remain poor throughout their life. In general, marketable surpluses of food grains are in the range of 45 to 50%. So normally, if we see 45 to 50% remains the surplus which farmer is selling in the market, and farmer is getting money for that, and then he will buy some FMCG product, consumer durable products, product which is required throughout his life, throughout the next year, and the uh, some cash he needs to maintain for the some to pay for the services or for his family needs. In the case of cash crops, and in those commodities that are used as raw materials in industry, surpluses are to the tune of 80 to 100%. What is said here? In the case of cash crops, and in those commodities that are used as a raw material in industries, surpluses are to the tune of 80 to 100%. So cash crops and the crops which are used as a raw material in industry, they will be, they might be till 100% surplus. In fruits and vegetables that are grown on the commercial scale, surpluses are 90%. Markets have to be well organized and efficient for the commodities that have large surpluses. So we have to be organized properly, and we have to be efficient, effective to sell those surpluses which are 80 to 90% or more than 80 to 90%, because in the distribution they might be perishable. In distribution there might be loss, while in supply chain, in transportation. Now next is marketing system. Marketing system, the need for a varying marketing system for the agricultural products need not be overemphasized. So marketing system is more important, everybody knows. Agricultural marketing system in India is characterized by the different market agencies and channels. So we have different markets, we have different agencies, we have different channels. The objective of an efficient marketing system are to address the concern of the farmers and consumers. So through marketing system we should address the concern and concern of the farmers and consumers. The marketing system should be that it should solve the problems of consumers and farmers to enable farmers to sell the products at reasonable price, and system should enable the farmer so that he sell his product to a price which makes him a profitable business. to make available all products of farm origin to consumers at reasonable price without compromising on the quality of the product. So doing so, selling the his crop from first step to the last step, from origin to the end consumer, he should maintain the quality and he should get the reasonable price. Obviously the fulfillment of the first objective requires good infrastructure for transport, storage, distribution, and well functioning market mechanism. So to get the reasonable price, he should have a good transportation, good storage, good distribution, and well functioning market mechanism. Marketing agencies, the transfer of produce or goods takes place through chain of middlemen or agencies. A number of middlemen are involved in the marketing agricultural produce. So, so many intermediaries are there. First is landlord. They are big cultivators and buy surplus produce from farmers and sell them in mandi. So these people, they buy surplus produce from farmers and sell them to in mandis. Village vyaparis, they set up shop in the village and sell consumption goods. They purchase producer from the farmers and may act as a financiers to other poor farmers. They visit neighboring markets to know the prevailing prices and they sell the produce in nearby markets or in the village. Next is mobile vyaparis. They do not have shops in the village. They move from village to village and purchase the produce from the farmers. They transport the produce to the nearby markets. Commission agent is, this is a person who buys agricultural produce and makes the payment on behalf of his principal trader. He keeps the goods in his custody and delivers it to the principal trader in due course. He changes commission as per the agreement between him and trader. Mandi level, three types of commission agents operate at the mandi level, and they are kacha aditiyas. They are commission agents and they act for the sellers, including farmers. So these are kacha aditiyas. Sometimes they provide money to the farmers on the condition that the produce will be sold to them. They are commission agents and they act for the seller, including farmers. So they can provide the money to the farmers and they'll ask them to get the crop, and that crop should be sold to them only. The Kacha Artiyas has limited financial resources and his sphere of activity is purely local. So out of, as compared to the Pakka Artiyas, Kacha Artiyas has less financial resources. His commission is known as Ashti Rahat is and is about 2% of the value of the produce. So his commission is 2% of the produce. Pakka Artiyas, they are wholesalers and big commission agents. They act on the behalf of the traders as well as farmers. They are processors of the rice, oil seeds, and dealers in the cotton or juice, jute, etc. They advance money to the farmers and earn commission on the sales of the produce as well as on the advance given to farmers. So Pakka Artiyas are wholesalers or big commission agents as compared to the Kacha Artiyas. They act on the behalf of the traders as well as farmers. They are the processor of the rice, oilseeds, and cotton jute. So these are the main crops of the Pakka Artiyas: rice, oilseeds, and cotton and jute. They advance money to the farmers and earn commission on the sales of the produce as well as on the advance given to the farmers. Dalals, they link buyers and sellers and earn commissions. The following observations are pertinent with reference to the functionaries. Functionaries have their own setup. They may be individual partners, cooperatives. They may buy and sell on ready and future basis at a price determined by the forces of supply and demand. Each functionary renders some service in the process of marketing and also earns a varying margin of the profit for himself. Marketing channels. Marketing channels of the agriculture produce are as under: government channel, producer, government department, then consumer, then cooperative channel, then producer, cooperatives, consumer, then private channels. In government channel, we have producer, government department, consumer, cooperative channel, then producer, cooperatives, and consumer. Then in private channel, we have producer. village merchant, wholesaler, commission agent, retailer, consumer. Government channel is used mainly to protect farmers as well as domestic consumers. In case of food grains such as rice, wheat, and sugar, the government purchases the produce from farmers and supplies it to consumers through the public distribution system. So you might be knowing that government is giving minimum support price for some of the uh, agricultural crops, and they government is also having public distribution system through which for the poor people they are giving wheat, rice, sugar, kerosene, and some important food food items. When farmers cannot get proper prices for their produce, the government announces support price and buys from them. Government channel operates with the cooperative or private channels. In the Maharashtra, the government channel operates in the marketing of milk along with cooperative and private channel. So in Maharashtra, we have Chitle, Gokul, RA, and so many cooperative um, uh, milk dairies. The cooperative channel is used partially along with the private channel and in case of the important fruit crops such as grapes, pomegranates, banana and oranges. So grapes, pomegranates, banana, oranges, for these also we have cooperative channel, and also we have private channel because these are the important fruits in India. The private channel too, in the private channel, too many intermediaries result in high cost because every intermediary want their commission. The commodities expensive for the final consumer. Commodities become expensive for the final consumer, and this reduces the producer's share in the consumer's prices. So too many intermediaries will give less money, less profit to the actual farmer. Nearly 60 to 70% of the agriculture produce is sold through this channel. In some fruit crops, in addition to the above, the pre-harvest contractor takes the ownership of the fruit gardens while fruit are still on the trees. So some agents they will supply the money to the farmer and they will ask the farmer get specific crop, and then they will purchase from their farm, or they will see the health of the uh, crop at the time when the fruit is rough and not ripe, and that time they decide they'll purchase the crop. Terminal methods of sale. Terminal methods of the sale. The In the terminal markets, sales takes place in a variety of ways. Hatha system, undercover. Though the dealing undercover is not a healthy marketing practice, it is still prevalent in Chopra trade. In Copra trade, Copra markets take their produce to the market and contact the broker with the Copra samples, commonly called Binidia, in the one basket, which moves from one broker to another. The settlement of the price for the produce is determined in the secret manner without uttering the price in open. The buyer and the broker engaged by the seller determine the price through predetermined secret codes of prices for every one of the five fingers of their left hand, which is held hidden under the cover of towel. They touch each finger alternatively by offering the price that has been fixed for the different fingers. The rates are known to the buyer and the broker, however, not to the seller. The deal is finalized at the price arrived at secretly. After the consultation of the broker with the seller, both firmly hold their particular finger under the cover of towel. This practice was in vogue among the copra and coconut oil merchants in Travancore and Kochi. Copra merchants might not get the payment for copra immediately. When the next lot is brought to the market, the merchant gets the amount that is due for the previous consignment. Next is auction system. This is one of the common methods of the selling farm produce. It has two variants. Open bid system. The method involves the following steps. The produce brought for the sale by the farmer is inspected for the quality by those who would like to purchase it. This allows elimination of the disputes regarding the quality. In the presence of the farmer, the commission agents or the brokers or some other trader will take the part in the auction and announces their bids. The offer of the highest bidder will be accepted. Farmer has the discretion to refuse the offer if he consider it low. The merit of this system is the openness that gives a sense of satisfaction to the farmer that he is not cheated. Demerit is that it is the time consuming process. Now closed bid system, in this method the produce that is brought to the market is arranged in lot size. Intending buyers inspect a lots, record the bid in their tender slips supplied by the market committee, and deposit it in the sealed box. They sign in the priority register. In the case of tie, when bids of the two bidder are the same, the one who deposited first will be declared the winner. The tender box is opened and the market secretary or the superintendent announces the highest quotation on the public address system. If the price is not acceptable, the farmer has to inform the same to the officials of the market maker within the stipulated time. Thus, the process takes less time than the open bid system and ensure a fair price to the farmer. Now, private agreement. In this method, the farmer enters into the sales transaction without the influence of intermediaries. Tobacco and cotton are generally sold through this method. Merit of this method is that the farmer gets a final price without deduction of commission for the middleman. Demerit is that the buyer may exploit the innocent farmer by overweighing, manipulation of accounts, deduction of unauthorized allowances, and through delays in the payments. A sample by sale by sample. A sales transaction is made by showing samples to the buyers. Buyer and seller renegotiate the price based on the grade of the sample. Then Dara sells a flat price is offered to the heap of the agricultural produce without grading the content. Jalap sell, the buyer purchases the standing crop of the farmer well in buyer purchases the standing crop of the fire well in advance of the harvest at the price fixed on the date of the bargain. The buyer may pay an advance amount of 50% of the value of the sale, the transaction to the farmer. Now, Mogum sale. This is entered into when the farmer requires credit to carry out farming. This is entered when the farmer requires credit to the carry out farming. That means farmer is not having sufficient money, so farmers borrow credit amount, loan amount from a commission agent. The cultivator borrows from the traders and agrees to sell the produce to them on the set date. The cultivator borrows from the traders and agrees to sell them to produce to them on the set date. So cultivator borrow the amount from the trader and agrees that on particular date they will give their crop to that uh, trader or agent. The agreement is oral and is based on the mutual trust. The price paid will be the one prevailing in the market on the date of delivery. Now, ICT channel. In the current era of the information technology, farmers can use the information and communication technology for building sustainable marketing linkages. ICT e-Chopal is the best example in this context. Through the creative use of information technology, ITC e-Chopals have been creating sustainable stakeholders value by reorganizing the agri-commodity supply chains while simultaneously improving the competitiveness of small farmers and enhancing rural prosperity. The e-chopals also sidestep the value sapping problems caused by the fragmentation, dispersion, heterogeneity, and weak infrastructure. The e-chopal also sidestep the value sapping problems caused by the fragmentation, dispersion, heterogeneity, and weak infrastructure. ITC takes on the role of a network orchestrator in this meta market by stitching together an end to end solution. This system eliminates the traditional mandi system that involved a lot of middlemen, as a result of which farmers failed to get the right value of their produce. The solution simultaneously addressed the viability concern of the participating companies by virtually aggregating the demand from the thousands of the small farmers and the value for money concerns of the farmers by creating competition among the companies in each leg of the value chain. So this is all about marketing of agriculture marketing. Thank you so much.